Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings Today. Some days back, Obaseki, governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, said a lot about the issue of Labour Party becoming a phenomenon, a wave, and of course, that Peter Obi seemed to be getting the attention of many Nigerians. In fact, according to him, a lot of Nigerians are now obedient, so to speak, obedient supporters. Well, as we speak, it looks like there's quite a lot brewing in Edo State with PDP coming into focus. Will I be saying Labour Party is now moving things in a tsunamic way? You're going to find out in a moment. But before we do that, I'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, there's this saying that they claim that politics is distinct, that politics is filthy, capital intensive, contentious, and filled with so many other vile appendages. Well, some persons say they do agree with them, but isn't the same true in other professions as well? The same is evident in other religion, educational settings, social groups, and even individual families. When a family, because of his political craftiness and regular divine backing from spiritual deities, a lot of people believe that Godwin Obaseki is an oracle who should I say worship. Obaseki's case is like killing an ant with a sledgehammer. He has a long history of battles that are not pleasant with his rivals. In all these confrontations, Obaseki was unconcerned about the collateral harm he may do to a large number of individuals, depending on his opponent's existence when it comes to battle. Obaseki is cruel, and all indications are that he cares less about the eventual consequences, which is invariably fatal. Even some persons say do wish not to go. People do not wish to go against the governor. In local parlance, they said, Bisak slag, we go say Obaseki get as in the day. No be lie you must be careful when fighting with Obaseki. Regardless of how insignificant the conflict may be, Obaseki always fights to the very end and make sure to finish the opponent out. This behavior can be viewed as either terrible or positive depending on your perspective. Everyone is aware of how Obaseki switches over to PDP and was giving up privileges while displacing other politicians who wanted to run on the party's platform after APC closed their doors to its re-election campaign. Today, the INEC refused to list any PDP candidate in Edo State for both the Senate and House of Representatives seat until the party settles its legal challenges. With this latest action, Obaseki has proven to be the supreme leader, and if it works, you can bet that the governor would have succeeded in dealing with all of the old political order he encountered in politics in Edo State. Today, he succeeded in making the APC the state opposition party. Now, PDP may even end up as the second runner-up opposition party in the state. The thing no reach to make una laugh. I say make una fear Obaseki. The guy is ruthless in politicking. If the PDP does not field a candidate, Obaseki will have succeeded in retiring numerous politicians from both fractions of the party. Consider the list of PDP members that ran in Edo South senatorial elections and who Obaseki would depose of if this INEC move is upheld. From the two incumbents at the NAS to those who brought forms and contested the election, with this stunt, all House of Assembly contenders from both factions would have jumped into the lagoon. See, the collateral damage is significant and is either regrettable or commendable, depending again on your viewpoint. The game now gets intriguing because Obaseki has ordered his reserve team of 11 to switch over to Labour Party, and they have subsequently obtained tickets for the same post that INEC has disallowed the PDP from running for. The LP primaries allegedly took place in the government house under full INEC supervision. This drama is characteristic of a James Bond film. Therefore, if Obaseki loses in PDP, the party won't run candidate. Instead, Obaseki will join the Labour Party, and with his new obedient mantra, the Labour Party will take over as the dominant force in Edo State, with APC trailing behind and PDP attempting to catch up to LP and APC. Obaseki would once more throw open the doors and appoint hundreds of SAs and SSAs from Labour Party. He would also hold election for local government councils with Labour Party winning handily. This is how it works. With over 4,000 aides, local government chairman and councillors, the multiplying effect will result in over 70,000 new converts to LP, which is Labour Party. Each SA or SSA would ensure that at least 5 members of his family members become sympathetic to the governor and his new party because of their appointment. Edo State is already in a frenzy over the obedient movement, and if Obaseki joins the Labour Party, he might sweep significant seats in the House of Assembly and National Assembly. Keep in mind that PDP is now out of the race. These Labour enthusiasts would vote blindly for Obaseki's candidate in Labour Party without Labour Party spending much money. You know, say them, they say, no, they know they spend shishi. Obaseki appears to be a good strategist, and his weak point, which happens to be his ego, may just be his weapon. Obaseki frantically seeks the jugular of his opponent. Ignore him at your risk. Take notice that Obaseki would enter the Labour Party as the alpha and the omega of the party in the South-South area, which would undoubtedly increase his popularity in the next month. But what happens after 2023 general elections? Anyway, I hope PDP wins the pointless fight, since it would not serve Edo State interest if all of its star players were sent to the sidelines over insignificant political squabbles. Osagwe Omo Ikedora, Chairman CEO of Bush Radio Academy, writes from Abuja. This is a write-up. Credit to the Bush Radio Academy. This is quite interesting. Being the permutations and reactions going on, a lot of people are already insinuating that if someone like Obaseki of Edo State enters Labour Party, the structure don't set though. Wallahi, the structure is set. Imagine a sitting governor entering Labour Party. That means Edo State, far as Edo State is for Labour Party, and he's taking his time. Don't forget that Obaseki is at loggerheads with Governor Yeso Wike, and already in PDP as we speak, Wike and Okowa are just watching themselves in 3D. Some persons believe that Okowa outsmarted Wike in taking himself as VP. A lot of people believe that no matter what happens, Wike must be called back into PDP no matter what, because Rivers, just like Lagos and Kaduna and Kano, have the highest population. And the strongest point PDP have is even Rivers, which Wike is manning. So if for any reason Wike loses interest in PDP, PDP is gone. Because in Lagos State, PDP have no strength, or someone is holding sway there, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the strongest way. Ganduje is the owner of Kano, and Ganduje is a strong member of APC. So you see, the only strength they have is Rivers, and they must not afford to lose it. So if Obaseki goes to Labour Party, already even the PDP that you call main opposition may end up not being even main opposition. They may become minor opposition party if this continues this way. That's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's